that it starts here for YFP.
I mean, it makes sense. This has been a good map for YFP. This is YFP that's not changing comp on this map either, as much as, you know, map 1, that was a big change, as much as the discourse was surrounding that, but we'll see what YFP have ready for us. We remember back to the opening of Corrode, and it was also very similar. A lot of players stuck over in A main, looking to dominate the space early, but Mimi, Shopify Rebellion have other plans in mind.
I think that the Shopify read of group and take space together and then go into team hits instead of fighting up on extremities into the chamber, that worked map 1 can work here too. But Sarah, she goes and fights the chamber, doesn't go her way.
Yeah, that's the different story this time around, but Shopify have already made their way up into heaven. Some opportunities to peer down on YFP and equalize, but it doesn't seem like we're getting any of that equality here. Shopify Rebellion back behind enemy lines, but none of the shots are going their way. This is a YFP dominating on Abyss, but somehow there's been a chance for some kills to go their way. Noya now on the hunt, charging forward into Glowstick, but YFP take the much-needed pistol.
They try a tricky pistol round there for Shopify, fighting up through mid to 4-1 back into this A site. But YFP navigated very well there, getting the kill into A main, realizing there's a threat in their mid. They play together very well to re-clear all of this space, to be ready for the wrap through CT, and that's exactly the round you need. But I do recall them winning or losing out on a pistol, winning eco after that. This is their chance for that not to happen the other way. They need to win this one cleanly and get some momentum on their defense.
Yeah, now Shopify, they didn't actually get the spike down, so it's not your typical Abyss. You'll see a lot of teams that lose, go ahead and find some marshals, some sheriffs. No, this is a full-on save for Shopify. They're just wanting to speed things along and end up getting into the rifle rounds as soon as possible. As rightfully, they should feel confident on these, just charging forward. Noya has gotten a kill and might get another. Oh my word, Sherrod needs to go back to the classic to hit the shot. Now the rest of Shopify are marching on forward. Sherrod needs to get back in range of the teleport and will manage that. Now with Noya on the support as Nora, rather, on support as well. This round is not nearly as clean as YFP would have wanted. It's a disaster. It's a mess. The shots are eventually coming in, but what is really going on? I don't know. No one knows. There's 2 players alive from YFP.
I
think Spectre recovered from Dodo. There's a spike recovered from Dodo. And there's an open A site.
Does she win the foot race, though? There's going to be a fight in mid in time for Glowstick.
Oh, I love this. I like this. Getting up close range. Now, unfortunately, Glowstick is just hard holding it. 30 seconds left, and Glowstick is prepared. And Glowstick was fairly confident they had the timing there to guard the cross.
A clean anti-eco. It's so fine. I wasn't worried. You weren't worried, right?
No, never even for a moment.
No, yeah. Sherrod had that on lock.
Yeah, there wasn't like Alexis running up into smokes. No, it's all fine. And because it's all fine, obviously YFP have no guns they can bring over into the next round, so...
But that's what they want. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
Shopify rifle round. They're grouping and taking A main together.
Standing ahead.
Little double bounce dart. Guard off against the advancement into A main. YFP have really loved stepping into the space. This time, a little refight off of the Yoru flash. Nothing to be found just yet, and now that they've shown their position, YFP have to fall back.
Shopify still have a good hit here. Paranoid on the execute.
Interesting star, deep on backside. Little stun idea as Dodo comes out on the left side. Teleport forward as well. Shopify Rebellion will be so mobile on these A hits, and you'll always have to keep watching Mel with these teleports towards default. That smoke gets refreshed up into heaven. Another benefit of the double orb smokes from Shopify is you can always keep heaven smoked off. You can even smoke up on default for Mel to TP into.
And not just that, it lets Mel be a psycho if she wants to. She can always be double diving in because her dying is much less risk to the team. You always have Noya as a fallback. So almost acts as that
even
second
look,
entry.
that's just a one-way on the right side of site that stops YFP from threatening advancing around that side of default.
Yeah.
Sherrod's going to try it anyways as the smoke falls, and we'll manage that first kill. Time not exactly in YFP's favor, even if they are able to get some pressure down onto the spike. You see the post-plant utility from main, the Sova and the Astra is just unbreakable.
This is what I was getting at round 1, though, that I think these teams are going to have very similar ideas of how they want to play to map 1, where YFP's whole thing is going to be testing into extremities, getting Sherrod in forward angles, and trying to get these early picks, like pressuring the Shopify lurkers off the line. And for Shopify, I wonder if it's going to be the same solution they found map 1, of instead just grouping every time they take these extremities and not taking any risk of putting their lurkers in positions where they're going to die to an off walking up.
Yeah, ironically, Abyss is a map where you can just literally do that. If you wanted to exec B site 5 players 12 rounds in a row, you might win 8 of them on average.
But when you group up, you do leave some space, and Sherrod has been on a lovely walk since the start of this round and embeds so deep.
All the way down through mid, now seeing and realizing there's no one in front B, so YFP very well aware that the advance is coming towards A. Early paranoia, now the double teleports right on top of each other. Corrupt just gets flattened, jumping out from heaven, and the shots continue to rain down, forcing Zoriental to take the teleport out and away. YFP have already lost 2 players on site, and it's just kind of disjointed one by one from YFP. The only kill, a bit of an overheat from Dodo, marching back towards spawn. YFP will be forced to save.
What's tough about this map is, on your defense, it is really a test of how structured you can be, I think, on your retakes. Compared to other maps, because rotates are so long, I think it is a lot harder to actually try and play Flood retake, because most of the time it's going to take like eons for your other players to get over. So you see a lot of teams, think if you're watching Champs, a team like Fnatic, that plays a ton of set retake on Abyss. And for YFP, they're just not that team. They are very aggressive. They like taking their fights. They are almost always going to try and take that timing and flood in. And I think a lot of what this game is going to come down to is if they can actually find their opportunities going for these crazy floods into sight, or if they're forced to change their style as the half progresses.
Do you think that YFP can just play more? I mean, obviously they got kind of just owned on the gunfights in the last round, but they've got Chamber and Yoru. You've got double teleports that allows you to play a lot of off angles where you can dodge utility. Are there ways for them to continue finding these forward fights into mains?
I mean, I think they have to keep trying, kind of no matter what. Like, you always want to keep that pressure up. You're going to see it here. It's another just A brawl.
Usually it's been a dart from Sarah, this time not popping it because you've got the human drone Dodo Nut and a monster paranoia behind it. Forces all these players back. You can talk all you want about off angles and playing for main, but sometimes the utility can just beat it, and sometimes Sherrod can just beat you. 3 kills, line them up, Sherrod dominating in round 5 with a hero rifle in hand. Sherrod has found something here to even the score. Possibly on eyes for the ace. 8 HP remaining, will eventually fall down. Surely Sherrod's done enough for their team, but maybe not again. When you look at the health, when you look at 2 pistols on the 3 players remaining, the advantage for YFP being the spike left alone.
Spotted her out. A reposition. Great crossfires here on the site.
I like crossing there with the drone. Now with that
him.
full crossfire, no real hope and no expectation from Noya either that a player could even be in that spot.
And there's the Sherrod effect that you're looking for. Really struggled to find that impact on map 1. Got completely pathed away from when we were playing on Corrode, but now here gets that impact, holds strong on site, so precise with the aim. When I've been watching Sherrod play, I've just been really impressed with how calm they are when they're aiming. They're a player that is very good at just like tapping, finding the instant flick, never over flicking. It is really clean stuff. They're truly a mechanically gifted player and has done so much to bring this YFP team up to the level that they found now in stage 2.
Oh yeah, and it's situations like that last round where you see that calm effect in full force. A player that isn't able to stabilize so quickly, switch player to player, only gets 2 kills there. Certainly not 4. As now Steel Garden puts a whole lot of pressure onto A. YFP not done just yet, although with the teleport away, Glowstick was left islanded for a moment. YFP are going to have to play full-on 5v5 retake.
Yeah, it's going to be a good retake, though, for YFP. 2 players already posted in heaven, putting a lot of pressure on Mel, but she'll be able to get the spike down.
The fight back into spawn goes Dodo Nut's way. And now with an opportunity to look for more. Pull back onto the star and a headshot through the wall. Dodo Nut has arrived into the round. 2 already, and now a teleport back into main with heavy numbers as well. YFP need to deal with these players in main before dealing with the spike. there's just too much utility and too much of a disadvantage. The smoke falls, Dodo onto a third, and they just continue to show up for Shopify. We're tied up at 3.
I mean, you call that the off-leash post plant. The rest of Shopify is running from the site. Dodo is permitted to do exactly as she pleases. And YFP tried to play more of a set retake, but it does not work out there. It is all Dodo.
Yeah, well, first off, it looked like they didn't want to play the set retake. It was the utility that forced them going back. They wanted to try and flood in and had to respond, but, I mean, they're going to call a timeout now. And Mimi, obviously Dodo not there is finding those fights back into spawn, but we saw that a few rounds ago as well. Dodo playing very far forward in the late rounds, getting let off the leash like you're saying. YFP need to keep this in mind.
How'd they do? How do they change up now? They've continued to try to win this fight into A main, but Shopify has had really good util patterns to counter that one out. They're either holding back a bit, waiting for the Teo missiles to come and then refighting off of that, or they're just full sending Dodo and getting ahead of that. I did like what we were seeing in some of the earlier rounds where you saw Sherrod fighting into mid and kind of walking up that space early. If SR keep going for these A post plants, I think considering getting a flank, some kind of pressure against a team that loves playing this heavy offsite post could be effective. But the question still always comes back to how can you actually get value out of this chamber? How can you find Sherrod that early opportunity? Because they have been a little more fleeting this map, even if they had that excellent 4K anchoring on A.
Seems like the real challenge for YFP is figuring out how to actually bunker on A. It's not every day necessarily you play against the double smokes with the Omen in there, but the fact that Mel and Dodo can both teleport up into default makes it so hard to play on the close choke point, right? Because there's players instantly behind you and protected. You can't really play backside either because Mel's going to be on top of default with a Sova dart hitting backside as well that she can find spam off of too. So YFP are really being pressured to come up with answers on A, although out of the timeout, Shopify are playing a full spread default for the first time since, I don't know, round 5 on Corrode.
I do like that they're putting the Yoru to try and anchor on A this round. As Shopify, they're going to try and sell a fake for the first time this game, put some pressure on B. That'll pull 4 players over. Only Zoriental to hold.
And we'll have to fall back, so again, YFP without positions on the A site. Have to play for the retake, but this time, a dimensional drift is available. Gives them so many more opportunities, even there, Mel using the ult to clear back into spawn. YFP have 4 player.
Cover going out.
YFP back onto this site. No, we'll be able to get the plant down. This is the real test of their set retake.
Dimensional drift! Get under. It's even in 4. Not a factor. Utility is going to be left back on the corner to work in. Why? But yet to put the pressure down. That first shot goes Mel's way. Alexis gets another. Shopify Rebellion continue to find their mark, and they are just going to give up on playing the round, it seems. Sherrod tried to go back in for a little bit more, but Shopify sees the reins.
And you know what, Robot Christie, I think that was a really great point that you were making there throughout that round. Are you back now?
I don't know, am I back?
Yeah, you're back for me. I don't know if the dear viewers heard you as a wonderful robot, but yeah, it would have been fun if they did. Anyways, a big round there for Shopify Rebellion. They're continuing to show just how good they are at holding down onto these A post plants. YFP will try again to go for the A fight, but as soon as that happens, Shopify are reading that there's something up in mid, and they're going to start 4 players there instead on the Santa Yuka.
Hopefully I'm not a robot.
No, you're normal.
We can all hope for these types of things is, well, Sherrod can't find that shot either. Shopify have really stepped into this mid space, Mimi.
They have. Tons of space. So what is the reaction now for YFP? They want to try and work back into re-clear here, but only 2 players. They're going to be facing into 3 top mid.
Quick thinking in the mid rounds, and it's Dodo that gets the jump, doesn't get the kill. And Zoriental from the corner. Having a second player there is certainly unexpected, but these Sheriffs just can't stand up in a battle of attrition. A main now flushed out by Alexis. It's just Zoriental, who has now used this cascading line of smokes to sneak up into A main. Alexis still expecting and drop down. Zoriental not able to do too much more than that. This anti-eco, an interesting one from Shopify Rebellion. They see it through a 3 alive.
That's what makes SR so good. As soon as they find that key, they realize that their opponent is going to try and find some kind of adaptation. They throw that extra bit in. Mid has been not super heavily held since YFP have started trying to bunker more on these A sites, and they expose that vulnerability on the anti-eco. So now if you're YFP, you're thinking, we have to deal with this threat towards mid. Now we also are still trying to find a solution of how to actually hold on our A sites. And as soon as that happens, you see an SR that's ready to go towards B to start this round instead.
And remember, 2 rounds ago, it was the B fake. So now after mid pressure, they're going to show similar utility you'd expect over onto this side, except this time, there's going to be a big force behind it. Now, YFP have stepped Sherrod up in A main, so they realize that this is actually going to be fully real. Nora, not a chance to get up in front of the wall, but you can see up in heaven, Corrupt going onto the opposite side of the Astral Wall just to hear and get confirmed info that the spike will be planted.
Still, it has to be retake. This Yoru Sobalt combo is the win condition.
A fight forward, though, through this wall. Dodonut has come over to the opposite side and now up in heaven on opposite ends, and now a chance. Corrupt sees Dodo's back, takes her down. Gives time for Glowstick to fire away, but Alexis has gotten 2 already. It's pandemonium on side as Alexis continues to farm. 3 kills for her. And YFP with nowhere to go. No one even out onto the site. Sure, that Cosmic Divide is down. Gives them something to work around, but Mel is still up inside of the smoke. And Mel continues on in for 2 more to close out the round.
It's so tough for YFP. If you try and anchor on these sites, the executes are too strong. Mel and Dodo are going to be diving in. There'll be a dart and a flash overwhelming you. You try and play set retake, even in a round. We have so many ultimates. That was the Astra Wall, the Yoru ult, the Sova ult, all used in the attempt for a retake from YFP. But it's all for naught because, again, the second Mel and Dodo get in these sites, they are fighting into backside, they are playing up, and they are ready to intercept the YFP players before they're even ready to duel.
It's always these layers of fights into backside, and then still having resources to play the post plant back from main. And YFP have never been able to find a consistent answer into it. All they've done is continue to try and work Sherrod up into A main. Play on the edge of this teleport. Let's have Nora playing behind them, but a flash will push them off. We'll see what Nora can do. Judge in hand. Gets up into the smoke and catches Dodo with util in hand. This will be a good look for YFP as at the same time there's mid control belonging to Zoriental, and Zoriental's gonna hear these footsteps. Gonna hear all the players vacating the premises.
They're
when
walking
do they strike?
Zoriental. Now here's that step.
Yep.
Reload as well. Has a one-on-one.
By all accounts, Zoriental should have this. Should have full awareness of the situation and eventually gears up and gets that kill. Already YFP are on the move. 2 players back in spawn, worried about alerts. They're not coming out into the site just yet.
Yeah, Alexis is going to double back, hold that space on mid. Has the Vice ult to invest if she wants, but Shopify feel that they need a kill before they can commit to anything.
Yeah,
that
the
opportunity
Visol.
not yet presenting.
The Visol going to be a post-plant opportunity for Shopify, if anything. First mission, get the spike down. Second, look forward for a pick. Alexis was a demon in this exact spot just a moment ago. Looking for it once again, now without the assistance of her IGL. Noya might not be long for this world either. Alexis drops instantly. YFP seeing a nice round here. With an early kill in A main, will react to the rotates and shut Shopify Rebellion down.
And that's just the difference maker. Actually getting value out of their fight in towards main. They've never been able to get success in that area since the very earliest rounds of this half. Here, it's Shopify who play a little slower. You see Sherrod walking in and managing to not get the kill themselves, but instead, just play close. Don't even play that deep. Huck into the smoke with the Judge. That's the difference maker this round. And the retake up numbers finally going YFP's way. But to me, that still doesn't sell a consistent tale.
Sure.
Because I think playing close in that smoke is hard against this double TP still. And Shopify's going to know that as they, again, start 4 towards A main.
And yet, a weakness of this Shopify comp, everyone has util in hand when they're advancing and looking to exec into a site because your duelist has to be also flashing for the team. So there are opportunities to step back into smokes, to step back into space. I think Nora, with another judge, is thinking about that. Sherrod also. Gonna keep that in mind.
I like that they're both playing close up together. TP
Well,
back for Sherrod now.
Had to teleport away. I think was caught out by a flash, and now that Vi's ultimate shuts off the weaponry. Scouted out as well, Mel with the same ult pattern into backside. Means that Shopify have full control over the site. It'll be a retake look once again.
This time, though, the Armageddon.
And a flank, too. Zoriental sets up a clone to break the wall before looking back into mid. YFP drone out heaven. No, there's no forward aggression in that space just yet, but they're taking their time. That clone has brought a few players back into A main, and it's now YFP's chance to strike into the round. Sherrod with the first. And now the Armageddon laying waste into A main forces Mel up out into the open. No one's there to help her out. And already onto the spike from YFP. The first spike goes Dodo's way. Shock darts to follow. The low HP gives Zoriental a chance to move in and get that kill. Now Noya up in heaven. Looking for a dink down into the rest of YFP, and Noya does it again! A hero for Shopify!
Despicable from Noya. The one to win the clutch on map 1 to set the tone for this series, and the one to do it again here. What a Red Bull clutch for her. That round looked like it was slipping away. Finally, a retake working out for YFP. The ultimate so good to flush these players from main. But Dodo gets that kill on 1 HP. That buys just enough time for Noya's pull to come in, for her to complete her flank. And the mechanics are just beautiful to win the round.
So for the last round of the half, force up for YFP and Shopify, gearing up for B exec. YFP all the way up into A main once again. Realize they guessed wrong. And here it comes for Shopify Rebellion. Early smokes going down. And YFP have a chance to slip back into the site. The double initiators were dominant in yesterday's reverse sweep. Glowstick and Corrupt already here playing around the orbs, but Glowstick goes down. Just caught out on the other side.
Planted.
Oh, 3 players moving on the flank too. YFP, I think they were hurt out. Alexis' position in mid reveals exactly what YFP are trying. That first kill will be found onto Noya, but I mean, a crossfire like this? How on earth do YFP get back in? Zoriental inching forward, but Alexis is in exactly the right position. It doesn't matter. With numbers advantage for Shopify Rebellion, an extra position every single time. Sarah is just a rat, and with 1 HP, wins out this round.
Holds it down. This entire half, this entire series has been a matter of YFP finding some early successes and then getting out-called for the remainder of Shopify's attack side. Shopify conditioned this fight towards A. They set up fake looks on B, then actually go for the B exec. The second that YFP then change it up, try and go back to their A fight, guess what? SR execing in, ready for the flank. They have been 1 step ahead this entire time. And if we're really continuing the script from map 1, then SRG would be the ones to win this pistol. But if YFP want a chance to win their best map on the stronger side, this is it. They need this pistol round, and they need it now.
And you can ask individual players to step up and have a hero round. You can ask Corrupt to try and match Mel on the calling. But when Shopify just have everything firing on all cylinders, you need a little bit of everything if you're actually going to challenge them consistently. B seems to be the entrance, but look at that again.
Okay.
Shopify, they're also just winning on the luck game too. It's shots through smokes the last 2 rounds to find the first kill.
And this composition is suffocating. This B smoke will be refreshed eternally.
Well, good utility from Corrupt, but what does it really matter if Shopify can just swing onto the line and get the kills anyways? Oh, man.
Right as the smoke bloomed, man. Come on, Dodo. Give him a break.
Just having a little bit too much fun. Every shot seemingly a headshot. Although now, even body shots would work too. 50 HP on Glow and Zoriental.
And Alexis is on a flank already. Feels like a checkmate.
Last player standing.
Well, Zoriental gets 1, but there you have it. The flank activates, and Shopify take a pistol.
Oh my. That is a tough one. That was your opportunity to get back in. That was your chance you felt to reset the tide on this map. But nope, Dodo steals it away.
The irony is, Mimi, I was just about to go into this idea that, like, Mel has just been calling a beautiful series, like, following up on the idea that, like, the structuring of the attack half, I think, had all the right answers. There's a reason
And
why
it was
Mel
like
has
the
just...
same theory on both.
Exactly, exactly. There's a reason why Mel has just won everything in NA Game Changers for the last, what, 5 years? Absolutely mental.
Has it been that long? 5 years?
has.
Wow.
I mean, Mel and Alexis never leaving each other throughout their tenure. New players come
And
and
still
go,
hitting
but
shots like that.
yep, keep them coming. 3 kills. Running out of bullets is the only reason she doesn't have an ace. But it's still Shopify only losing their IGL to go up double digits.
I cannot think of any other player or players in Valorant that have been a constant in their scene, in their region, the way Mel and Alexis have. You look at the top teams in North America, out of Brazil, out of really anywhere in the world. And there are very few players that have had a core for this long, that have been successful for this long. And that's what Mel and Alexis bring. Literally 5 years on with 3 different players around them from when they started. Still winning trophies, still having an opportunity to win another today.
I mean, Mimi, Mel and Alexis have been together as long as Austin has been with 100 Thieves. You know, it just never ends. Right?
Literally longer.
Crazy work. And yet...
Well, this is an opportunity for YFP. It feels like everyone has been ripped away from them already, but let's give them their moment. See what they can do. Rifles are up. They've worked the chamber into mid, and 3 players will walk towards that.
Right now, just a one-way, interrupting YFP from moving any further forward. Still expecting if there was going to be a walk down mid or B main, but Shopify Rebellion are playing very reserved right now. I believe it's a high-low look over on the A site with our 2 smoke agents. And you can just permanently recycle this one way, so eventually YFP are going to need to use the clone, maybe use a flash, use a pullback star, something to break the one way, which they have managed to do. Now some shots. Dinking Alexis, or Mel rather, in backside. And I'm getting them confused.
But Sarah has rotated on in, and so YFP will take their moment.
Wait, whoa,
Worried
Mimi,
that
we're down to
something could be
30
up in mid.
seconds. We're on to 30 seconds. We were calm,
30
we were
seconds
fine,
left.
but where are they going with the spike? Our spike is droning mid with 25 seconds left. You have to go back A. There's 3
They
players
have
here.
to.
Guys, this is an anti-bonus. It's 20 seconds. We're burning the candle down at both ends. YFP finally bring the utility into the fore, but no one's looking at Noya. That's 2 kills already, and wipe it out. It's over.
Oh, it's
There's
done.
nothing you can do. Maybe
One
corrupt,
enemy
but no.
remaining.
The spike down out in the open, Nora with no chance to play the round.
Chrissy, I'm thinking of a certain fruit. A certain one.
Oh,
And
cantaloupe.
it's close. Close. It's really coming to mind right now.
Melon? A melon, perhaps?
I think that's exactly what's coming to mind, because, oh my god, they just wait for everything. This is Shopify Rebellion. They're not going to give you those opportunities. They're not going to walk into you. Oh no, that was the chance. Those were the guns.
And
And literally, Chrissy, it's the exact same script as map 1. A close first couple round, then Mel gets the reach. He rolls through the attack side. Defense, they convert a bonus. This could be another 13-4.
certainly looking that way. YFP forcing up into nothing, but it's Stingers and Buckies on Abyss. Good luck. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Mel taken low, pinged out by the dart, but once again getting right back into the same position as the last round again. No one's clearing your spot. What is happening? Noya has 3, Noya has 4. It is decimation over the A spike site, and an ace for Noya. The second of the series for Shopify. It is lights out.
And this iBUYPOWER ace comes at a more impactful moment than the last. Sure, it was a half buy, but it was a force. It was YFP putting so much into trying to win this round. And it's Noya sitting at 18-6 right now on the Astra to rip any last tiny sliver of hope away.
This smoke Noya's been putting on the A site, that deeper one. Something that YFP seemingly have no answer into. Gives that extra pocket to play behind. So much more versatility in it. Shopify's Abyss looking strong so far. And so again, YFP buy down to nothing. This time the weaponry looking a little bit stronger. And this time, trying to get some presence into mid early in the round. Now on the other side of the bookcase, waiting for it, expecting it, seeing it. And now Nora and Zoriental are out of the round. That was again a dimensional drift that YFP won't be able to use. And now Noya on the off angle here, ready for the jump up, but Sherrod is too. And yet as more and more challengers step into the 4, it'll be back-to-back 13 4s for Shopify.
Is it scripted? Because I feel like I just watched the